Okay. I'm just gonna have to do a couple things.
Can I delete my little ugly video that I just did then?
We're live, just so you know.
Oh,
Okay, I think we're live. I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and take a look on our group before anything else. Make sure we have no sound feedback. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly.
yeah,
Okay,
Corey said it's on.
we are live. We just had some very, very serious, seriously frustrating technical difficulties connecting Zoom to Facebook. So we're running a little bit behind here, but we're here. It was funny because we actually tried to go live 10 minutes early. And here we are, 22 minutes late, but better late than never. So if you guys are tuning in, give us a quick hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Bear with me for a second as I close out a couple screens here and get the screen sharing up. But yeah, let us know where you're coming in from. Let us know if you're catching the live or the replay. Dallas, if you want to just fill in for 1 sec while I get, oh my
Things
gosh.
closed. Absolutely. Thank you for your patience, guys. I don't know if anyone in here knows what it's like to try and connect to a live event like this. There's a lot of background stuff we were struggling with. While we're waiting for this to get started, maybe just drop in the chat quick. This event is based around Wealth Reimagined. So we'd love to know what wealth means to you. So drop in the chat what wealth means to you, and then we're going to get right into this.
We're going to try to screen share here. Oh,
Okay. You are screen sharing.
am I screen sharing? All right. Oh, okay. What? I'm going to stop screen share. I'm going to share it direct from Canva.
Okay.
I don't want to press any funky buttons, any more funky buttons that can make this not work out how we want it to. Okay, let's see if this works. Let's test this out. How about this? Does this work for you guys?
Let us know if you can see that.
I'm gonna go into full presenter view. We're gonna full screen. So let's take a look here. Okay, hopefully we got that working. So I'm just quickly gonna make sure I can see it on my end because I know there's a little bit of delay, and then we're gonna dive right into it. Oh, mine's super delayed. Hang on. Okay. Okay, it worked. Cool. Awesome. All right. So this is actually, you guys, I think going to be one of our biggest events that we've had to date here inside the Global Freedom Movement. And what we're going to share with you guys tonight has the ability to really change everything that you've ever seen before when it comes to earning an income, being able to create wealth. And what we're going to show you tonight really has the ability not only to be able to like change your life, but to be able to do it in a way that like a lot of people really can't really grasp. Like you got to stick around to the end because the way that we've really structured this event tonight, we're going to go over a lot of stuff and it's all very, very exciting stuff. But what we're going to get to at the very end is going to change lives tonight. Okay, so drop in the comments. I'm trying to pull up my live here so I can see you guys in the comments here. There's going to be a lot of lives changed tonight. So we're going to dive into it. We're going to kind of just get rolling here because normally we wanted to start 10 minutes early, but we're not. So here we go. Oh, wait. If you don't know who we are, before
Who are these
if you,
randoms talking?
if you are brand new here and you're like, what is happening? Okay, I just want to take a moment here just to share who we are. And real quick, just like a disclaimer, we've had a couple of technical difficulties over the past live Zooms that we've done since there's been some new updates and Facebook has made it a lot more challenging. So if you've soldiered through any of these live events before with some delays, we super appreciate you guys for doing that. But I want to quickly introduce to you guys my co-host here, Dallas, okay? Dallas actually reached out to me through an ad 10 months ago. So back in October last year, I think it was.
Yeah,
Dallas
September.
came in all in. She had seen our training inside our welcome post. She went through it and she knew with full confidence that this business, this opportunity, and our specific strategy could change her and Corey's life. Now, they're originally from Edmonton, Alberta. Um, they're now living in the Dominican Republic. I would say sunny Dominican, but it looks like it's dark there, and I bet there's a lot of bugs. But in 10 months, they've been able to absolutely transform their lives. Okay. Last month alone, Dallas and Corey hit their first six-figure sales month, which is absolutely crazy. And huge congrats to them. But this is really what we want you guys to understand is so achievable. So um, this is Dallas. If you've never met her before, she's someone to definitely pay attention to, and she's going to be talking a lot tonight.
Thank you. There's no bugs yet, so we're okay. I just had to sit outside. It's too hot to be in the house. If you guys don't know who Andrea is, then I suggest you go through and watch the welcome post because Andrea is the incredible face behind the global freedom movement. So Andrea is the person who came in here and built this incredible platform. She just had a vision as big as her heart where she wanted to be able to share this incredible opportunity and show people how you can build this business without all the little fees and all the extra charges that so many other people do. So like Andrea mentioned, I actually saw one of her ads 10 months ago that inspired me to reach out and dig farther into what this was. And when I saw her passion for this and I saw her entire platform that she had built, I knew it was going to be for us. So what she has here is incredible and can change so many other people's lives. Andrea and her
Absolutely.
family actually moved
Oh,
from BC to Cabo 3 years ago. So I could talk about Andrea all night long. She has a story that I just absolutely love, but we are here to show you how this business can transform your life. So not to talk about ourselves. So we'll dive into this.
awesome. Let's dive right into it, you guys.
Okay. So a lot of you have heard the term money doesn't buy happiness. I disagree. Maybe it doesn't buy happiness, but money does buy you a lot of options. And this past month has given us a huge eye opener to what that really looks like, going from, some struggles to officially having options. And I know there's a lot of people we talk to regularly that have goals. Um, but money can actually help you with things like if you're wanting to buy a house, you have bills that need to be paid, you want to eat healthier food, family vacations, just money can change everything in your life. So it might not directly buy happiness, but having your bills paid, having healthy food on your table, traveling with your family, those things definitely bring happiness. So we all know in one way, shape, or form that we do need money to get there. Sorry, there is a big bug now. Um, when we started looking into ways to actually get our freedom and different businesses that we could get into, we looked into a ton of options and we learned a lot. When you're looking at traditional businesses versus an online business, these are some of the biggest things that we came across that I don't know if everyone really fully understands. When it comes to running a traditional business, you typically have a large upfront cost. So you're looking at anywhere from a few $100,000 all the way up to millions of dollars to start a business. And I'm not sure if anyone watching this has ever looked into it. If you have, drop in the comments, kind of like if you know what I'm talking about. You typically have large upfront costs, large down payments. You have no support, you have high overhead, you're dealing with having to hire employees, purchase your products and inventory. You've got to get into business insurance, licensing. There's really no retirement plan. It's kind of a work forever situation. You definitely don't have any time or location freedom because you're stuck to a brick and mortar. And it, on average, takes about 5 to 7 years to really turn a profit and actually make something with this. The bigger difference with our business is that you can start with zero down financing options. You get support from day one, and I mean full on support. You have a very low startup with a very high return, as you've heard here already. There's no product handling. You're not required to stock any inventory, handle the products, and ship anything out. You don't have to worry about hiring employees. Our products are absolutely life-changing and they're included. You have the massive tax benefits, which equals huge savings, which we're going to touch on a little bit more. There's a built-in retirement plan and a legacy income. You have full-time and location freedom. Hence, Andrea's in Cabo, I'm in the Dominican. And on top of that, the entire investment's a tax write-off. So there's just no comparison when you're looking at the two.
Absolutely. Like our past experiences, we actually had a construction business, um, and a tech startup business, which we won't get into, but both of them didn't work out in our favor, and there was a lot of like headaches that went with it. Not to say that having a traditional business isn't amazing to have, but looking at the contrast from what we dealt with as a traditional business owner versus having an online business, it was completely night and day, and it just gave us so much freedom and flexibility that I think a lot of people truly don't understand what is out there. So we just want to share with you guys here, like we're not going to dive really into the product so much tonight because we have so much more that we want to touch on the whole wealth side of this business. But there is um, something that every single person really has to take into consideration with starting like any business. Okay, so and the wealthiest businesses, the most successful businesses, they solve problems. If you don't have a problem or like a solution to a problem, you don't really have a business that's going to stay in business for long. Okay. So the more problems you can solve, the bigger the paycheck. So some of the biggest problems right now that we face in the world is health, wellness, weight loss. These are things that people, if we don't have our health, we don't have anything. Longevity, people want to be able to expand their lives as long as possible and live fully with energy and feeling good. Preventative medicine, preventative disease, environmental impact, right? We're looking at all of the consumption that we go through in the world, and a lot of new businesses coming out are really being focused around that. Chemicals, toxins in the house. And one of the biggest things, and I think why a lot of people are here tonight, is for income. A lot of people are not making enough to live like even just like a regular life. There's so many people are have great jobs and they're really still struggling to just get by. And it wasn't like that very long ago, but it just keeps getting worse and worse. So these are some of the biggest problems that are in the world right now that people are looking for solutions for. And so this is why we specifically partnered with Enagic. Okay. Like I said, we're not going to dive a whole ton into this, but what Enagic does beyond just being like a water ionizer, it ticks off a lot of these problems and turns them into solutions. Okay. So it's packed with molecular hydrogen, the smallest and most powerful antioxidant in the world. It hydrates at a cellular level. It's a powerhouse at flushing toxins from the body that feed disease. So we're touching on all the health stuff here, okay? It's a certified in the Japanese Ministry of Health and endorsed by thousands of doctors. So we know it actually does what it says it does, okay? Boosts the immune system, reduces oxidative stress, and has anti-inflammatory benefits. Strongly supports resistance of most cancers, eliminates plastic water bottle usage. So again, the environmental side of things. Creates 5 different types of waters, replacing many toxic household cleaners, and has over 100 uses. So again, getting rid of toxins and chemicals, the things that we're all now learning that cause such a significant role in our health. And the thing that we're going to really dive into right now is it is attached to the most lucrative compensation plan in all of direct sales.
Absolutely. So when we came into this business 10 months ago, something that I feel like everyone needs to understand, because everybody has the same fears. We have no experience. You don't know where to start. We absolutely didn't either. We came into this completely brand new and decided that we were going to dive into this training course headfirst. So the training course that Andrea has built and that the entire community, anyone who partners with us gets access to, it's so much more than just a how do you start ads. There's mindset training. There's a 30K and 30-day cheat sheet. There's 14 days fast track to freedom. There's everything inside of here to teach anybody who has never seen the backside of social media and how social media marketing works. And she has poured hours and hours into building something that can literally take a complete novice like myself with zero social media following and zero experience and help you create a 6-figure month. And I mean, if I'm proof that it can happen, and all I did was dive into this training. So it is available to anyone who partners with us, and it's incredible. And again, a huge benefit to this with the global freedom movement is that it is included for free. And I don't really know if everyone really understands how valuable that is, because I actually went out and I paid for training through paid platforms just to see if there was anything else that I could pour into to help my team grow. And the reality is, what is built into this training platform goes far beyond what anybody else offers that you have to pay for. So it is priceless, and I can't say enough good things about it. So if you have no idea what we mean when we talk about automation and how this business gives you your time and your freedom, it is simply broke down to learning the highest paid skill set in the online space and how to leverage social media marketing. And by that, we mean that we actually walk you through step by step and teach you how to make an ad that is completely detailed to who you want to target. You have a conversation with people, you invite them to watch a web class, you make a sale, you get paid, and that cycle is duplicatable. And that is the real key to making a passive income that gives you freedom, is having something that is duplicatable. We have dove into this, like I've mentioned a dozen times now, and have nailed down exactly what that looks like and what our audience looks like. And we have figured out a way to turn every single dollar that we invest in our marketing ads into a $12 profit. I think we're actually over that. I was trying to figure it out today. It's more than $12 for every dollar.
You guys are sitting right in and around $14. And we're going to dive into a little bit more about that in just a few slides here.
What that
Okay, so
means,
let's
yeah.
really dive into what the power that behind social media ads, the truth that you need to know about social media ads. Social media ads are one of the most powerful tools of the digital age, the most profitable marketing solution in the world. But it's not for every business. Ads are insanely profitable when you have the right strategy and margins in place. And we're going to dive into some of these numbers here, but let's just kind of dive a little bit deeper into really what social media ads are, because a lot of people really don't know what that looks like.
So big brands out there, people are used to seeing commercials and advertising for things like Pepsi, TaylorMade, Nike, big brands, and they're usually attached to a celebrity face. And the truth is, when it comes to big brands, they spend huge money, up to millions of dollars, by paying celebrities to hold their products, to endorse products that a lot of them probably don't even use or know. They're just being paid big enough money, and because they're holding it, people will go buy it. So their ads are very polished, they're very scripted, and they're very disconnected, and they push their products in their ad, and that's how they make the sales of the products. Do you want to touch on that one?
So what we do is very much different. Okay, so our marketing strategy, we actually leverage our own lives and personality to build authentic connections and trust. So versus big businesses that are hiring celebrities to endorse their products that they may or not even use, they just, there's a paycheck involved with them holding whatever that product is. People today, especially with social media, they want to purchase from people that they can connect with. Okay, and before we kind of dive into all these points here, I want to make it like very clear, because you have two people here hosting tonight that are originally from Canada and now living like in tropical areas. And the thing is, like, for me, I didn't start my business off like that. I started my business off being a stay-at-home mom, and that was really how I built my business, was attracting other stay-at-home moms that wanted to continue staying home. So when we actually run social media ads, we are actually a product of what we promote. We believe in a business, we believe in a strategy, and we believe in a solution that can change our lives. And we're actively building that. Okay. So we don't promote our products, we promote the freedom our products and compensation plan provides. We run ads for a fraction of the cost that big brands do. And when I say a fraction, I mean like basically nothing compared to what they run them for. And we don't need a big following to get started. Like Dallas, she started with 0 following, and pretty much every single person that comes onto this business here, they start from scratch. And the thing is, you don't need to grow 10,000K followers to get started. Because I think I just looked at Dallas's business page the other day, and I don't even know if you have 1,000 followers.
737 today.
Okay, so she's got 700
That
and
took 10 months to build.
well, well, you just had a six-figure sales month and you have 737 followers. So if you're thinking, I need to be this Instagram influencer to make any of these sales, that is not true. Okay, so why most online businesses don't run ads? Okay, so there's two really big different types of businesses that you see online. You see the low ticket commission-based businesses where people are selling like maybe like health drinks or skincare or stuff like that. And they're earning anywhere from $5 to $100 per sale. Now, when you're working with products that are like a Magic, you earn anywhere from 400 to like almost up to $9,000 per sale. And when we are earning those types of commissions, we can actually then afford to run ads to do a lot of the work behind the scenes. Okay, so this becomes very, very attractive to a lot of people because really at the end of the day, ads eliminate 80% of the time it takes to grow your business because 80% of sales-based businesses are going out and finding sales. So I know Dallas actually worked in life insurance for a while and she spent tons of time, I don't even know because I didn't go through it, but cold messaging people trying to sell life insurance. And this takes away that ever having to go and find people because the way that we run ads, we target people that are actually looking for what we have to offer and then they reach out to us. So it's a matter of having a quick conversation and then directing them to all of our resources.
So when we say that we run our ads at a fraction of the cost of these big brands, we actually start running our ads at $5 a day. So when you start running ads at $5 a day, even when you have no social media following at all, you can be very, very specific and target in on people that you really think you can connect with, that you can be authentic with, and that are looking for what you're offering. So we show you how to turn that $5 in a day into a way to have your ad and your content be in front of anywhere from 600 to 2,000 people every single day. On average, you're getting up to 6 people, sometimes more. When we first started with our $5 day ads, there was days we were getting 20 people reaching out every day. So you're getting your content and your exposure in front of up to 60,000 people a month seeing your ads. And when you are playing with those big numbers, you're going to have people reaching out to you. So investing that $5 a day in ads is not only a way to get your content in front of people without having to do, like Andrea said, I would spend 10, 12 hours a day on the phones trying to reach people. This lets me work from the beach, from anywhere, because my ads are running and people are seeing my content while we're out enjoying life. And it is 100% tax write-off. We're going to get into a little bit more of what that looks like in a couple slides, but keeping that in mind.
Awesome. Okay, before we dive into the next slide here, I just want to make this very, very clear as well. When we're looking at these number of people, these aren't just random people that may or may not be interested in starting an online business. These are people that are actively out searching for another way to build a income stream, specifically an online business. Okay, there is no shortage of people looking for additional streams of income. And when you can run your ads specifically targeting those people that are also in alignment with whatever your lifestyle currently looks like, that's when the sales can start coming in really effortlessly because people connect with people they can resonate with. Okay, so I just want to quickly share this with you. If you may be brand new in here and you may not know what these words mean, but we're going to share some of these words in the next coming slides, okay? And then we're going to dive into what this all means near the end more. So we're going to talk about the K8, we're going to talk about the trifecta, and we're going to talk about the quad in these coming slides here. And these are really the ways that people can start the business. And we really want to show you guys like what that journey looks like with starting with these different packages. Okay. So full transparency, and we love to be transparent here. The average person is going to spend about $500 before they make their first sale. Okay, some people do it sooner, some people take a bit longer, but if you follow our training to a T, we have it very, very dialed in. And as long as you follow it exactly how we teach, then your average is about $500. Okay, so some of you are like, wow, that's a lot of money. It's not though. Okay, so let's just talk
Yeah.
about it. I'm just gonna move my Zoom picture here.
While
So
she's moving the Zoom, I just want to point out it's an average, but keeping in mind when we first started running ads, we were talking to people right away before we even spent $100 even. We were having conversations. And just because people don't start right away, we actually have a business partner that was one of the first people we spoke to through our ads, and he ended up joining the business about 8 months later. So you're still having conversations in that ad spend with people who may actually end up being business partners later on. So that still comes into account.
Absolutely. So before your first conversion, we'll say, you're
Mhm.
not your first conversation, but your first full conversion, we'll say about $500. Okay. So if you started with what we call our top package is called a quad, you start earning 3 points. And now again, you might be brand new here and you might not know what points mean. And we're going to direct, if you don't know what that means, we're going to direct you to some more in-depth training when it comes to our compensation plan. But this is our top package, and this is what allows you to earn the most money upfront. Okay, so you're starting earning 3 points. If that person that joined your business through your ads started with a quad, you would profit $3,050. Okay, that's not just the commission, that's your profit after your 500. If they purchased a trifecta, you would profit $1,800. And if you started with a K8, you would profit $730. Okay, now if you started with a trifecta, you start with earning double the commissions. We call it 2 points. If that person started with a quad, $1,800, trifecta, $1,050, K8, $320. Is that right? No.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it is
That's
right.
with the new commissions. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now if you started with a K8, our starter package, you're earning 1 point. And say you sold a quad, you would earn $685. On a trifecta, $275. And if you sold a K8, you would lose $90. And most people would be like, well, that sucks. But no, it actually doesn't. Because this commission is just on the front end sale. Okay. So when somebody comes into the business, they become a business partner of yours. Okay, so we're gonna dive into like what that actually looks like. Okay, so when someone becomes a business partner of yours, there is a time period where you are helping them learn the ropes through our training, with our guidance, with our mentorship, and all of that. And for a period of time, you will actually earn a commission off of the sales that they make. Okay, so every sale is a business partner. When you make a sale via an ad, you are bringing on a new business partner, someone with dreams and goals. They will have access to the same training and resources to build their business under you. They will also start running ads, and their ad budget becomes your ad budget. So let's just see what that looks like, okay? So again, we're showing a little bit of what our compensation plan is kind of structured like. And if you haven't seen this before, again, we're going to direct you where you can see with absolute clarity what that looks like. But say you brought on Amanda, and Amanda starts running $5 ads. And after about $5, she makes her first sale. Now you and Amanda both earn a commission. Okay. Oh, there's her new business partner. You, you guys have both earned a commission. I can't see what slides are next. Okay, so now you run some more ads, and now you brought on a business partner named Mike. Okay, Mike comes in and starts running ads. You have Amanda who's come in. She's already made her first sale. And now Mike comes in and he makes his first sale through an ad. He gets a commission, you get a commission. And this goes on and on and on and on. Okay. Think I brought Dallas into the business. She just had her first six-figure month, but before that, she was also making sales consistently every single month. So when she was making a sale, I was getting a commission, a higher commission at the beginning, and then it started to dwindle off. And actually, Dallas is at the point now where she's about to earn all of the commissions, which is amazing. So if you're thinking this looks like a pyramid, it's not. This is direct sales that has like a network marketing structure to it, so that it encourages you to actually mentor the people you bring into the business and help them get results, but eventually they actually earn all of the commissions.
So when your ad results become predictable, when you know exactly how much you have to put into your ads, how many people you have to talk to reach a certain amount of sales, it's literally like having an ATM machine in your living room because you can pretty much predict how many sales you're going to make each month. And when you get to the point, like Andrea was saying, where you've helped so many people come in and start building this business alongside you. You get to a point in the business where you're earning 100% of the commissions. She just mentioned we are officially crossing that barrier into where we're getting all the commissions. That is called earning all 8 points. And this is where the rest of this presentation is going to get really exciting, and you've got to stick around to the end. When you're earning all 8 points of commission, that means on every single quad sale that you make, you're now earning over $8,000. And that's pretty huge money when that's one sale a month. On every trifecta, you're earning over $5,600, and every single K8 is over $3,000 just on the front end. So keeping in mind that you are still helping other people build the business to get them to all 8 points as well. So running ads alongside of this compensation plan is quite literally the holy grail of making your money work for you. I just want to touch on again, to keep in mind that there's also the tax benefits, which I think is the next slide.
Nope, but we will
Oh.
talk about it in a little bit. Thanks for giving it away. But for real, and again, I always want to like reiterate with people. Some people are like, wow, it looks like all you have to do is throw money at ads and you'll make a ton of money. Again, this is the most profitable skill set in the world. It's a skill set that you have to learn how to master. We have the training and we've made it so simple for you guys. I know there's a lot of different digital marketing communities out there that really complicate it, make you add all these extra things and make it very much like not duplicatable for the average person. We've really simplified it so that everyday people can actually get results because honestly, I'm not tech savvy. Here we are 20 minutes late getting onto a Zoom, which technology is not my strength. But the thing is like, I knew what I saw in the power of this business. And I knew if I could get that message out there to the right people, they would see it too. And that's when it actually becomes a money machine because it's not like we're not selling stuff out of thin air. We're actually selling a whole lot of solutions. Okay. People are looking at this and they're like, this basically checks off every single thing on my list of things that stress me out every single day. Okay. So this is why it becomes a money machine. We're aligning. Yeah.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say, and I wanted to add on to that. This presentation is about the kind of money you can make with this business, the kind of compensation you make, and how we do that with ads and helping other people duplicate that process. But something that makes it even easier to grow and to duplicate is when your ads, your business, and your conversations, they're all behind a product that you stand behind 100%. So we're not going into any details about the product, but just know that this is something that, like we said in the beginning, it's changing lives. It is absolutely incredible. Every single household needs it. And you get to have this incredible compensation plan behind it. So it's something that you can actually feel really good about helping people with and helping people grow.
Absolutely. If you are watching this right now and you have a water ionizer or a shower system, or you have the products that we promote, drop in the comments how they've benefited your life, because that's one
Absolutely.
of the really cool things is we actually run ads that more direct towards the business side of things. But once people get these products in their home, you start hearing these crazy health testimonials that are nothing short of, I would say, health miracles, but we can't make any sort of health claims. So it's something that if you've experienced it yourself, you're a believer. And if you haven't yet, you will. So we just talked about what it looks like when you earn all 8 points. But again, we're talking about the compound effect of every single business partner that you bring in. And remember, we talked about it averages about $500 per ad spend to accumulate a business partner. Now, that $500, each person that you bring in and gets to that first rank of 6A, which is only 25 quad sales, by that time that they've reached that amount or that rank, you have earned between $40,000 and $60,000 in commissions off of their sales before they got to that whole 8 points where they're earning everything. Okay, so that's a lot. Now, if you bring in a business partner that continues building, and I can't see why a single person would not make this their lifetime business. Like for me, this is it. I've been in it for almost 10 years now. I've never seen anything remotely close to this. This is something that I encourage my kids to get involved with because what it can create here is a true generational wealth. So over the course of the lifetime of a business partner, so someone who continues to build this amazing business with you passively, you can earn anywhere from up to hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions. Now, the way that the compensation plans kind of all structured out, we can't give you exact numbers because it would be impossible, but we know that it's in the hundreds of thousands. It just really depends where they fall inside of your comp plan and what kind of like goes on. But to bring one person in off of $500 ad spend and for them to be able to transform your life as well and as well as theirs is just, it to me is so friggin' incredible. Do you want to touch on that or should we?
Um, like I can tell you, knowing that I was building this business, and like I think you did the post last month about us making our first six figures and what kind of commissions that pays out. We know that we didn't earn 100% of those commissions, and that's okay because the thing is, we're helping other people do the same thing and it compounds over time. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how incredible it is knowing that we're doing a business that we want to help people get to the top. You want to help people get to 6A into all 8 points because it just compounds so much over time. And that it's so different than being in a business where your coworkers or the people you're helping turn into your competition. This is somewhere you want to be when you want to help people grow.
Okay, so we're gonna dive into like what the numbers look like to get started in this business. But this isn't the end of our event here because what we're going to share past that is big numbers. Okay. But we want to, we know we got people sitting here like, okay, like how much is it like to get started? Like sign me up. So let's talk about this. One of the really amazing things about this business is we have the ability to be able to get started with zero down financing. Me and Chris, when we started, we didn't have the money up front to get started. So we did what the number one secret of the wealthy do. They leverage other people's money to start making money. And well, Chris actually first applied for the zero down financing and couldn't get approved. So I had to, with my good credit, we got approved and it absolutely changed our lives. And so let's just dive into the different ways of getting started. And like I said, this is not the end of our presentation here because we got so much more for you guys. Do you want to touch on it or?
Sure. This
Um,
is this is the new prices as of right.
yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so
So
just so that we're clear, because right now, until September 1st, the prices to get started are actually lower. I'm just looking at this, noticing that
yeah.
these are the increase. So right now, getting started with a single product, so a K8 is actually $5,700 Canadian. So I guess this shows you what's happening come September 1st. The prices are going to be increasing. We talked about it all through July because it was supposed to happen August 1st. And because of the massive achievements that were happening in July, and Enagic actually decided to extend that one extra month to give people another opportunity to get into the business at the current prices. So just know these prices are what it's going to be in September. They are a little bit lower right now. So a single product would be your K8, which like I said is 60 or $5,700 to get started. If you get in now, the commissions though are going to be exactly what you'll be getting September 1st. So you get the increased commissions. Now, when we're talking about the business builder packages, a trifecta consists of any three products. So there's a lot of misconception that it has to be specific. It can be any three products. Typically includes the medical grade water ionizer, the K8, the shower system, and then one other product, but it can be built anyway. Those trifectas go anywhere from, I think right now it's actually 11.1 to 12.2. But again, these are the prices that it will be come September. And then your quad is your big business builder. That one's going to get you in, like Andrea spoke about earlier, with your 3 times commission from day one. That is any 4 products. So I'm not 100% on the low end of that right now, but going up September 1st will be 15.6 to 19.5. Just know that it is a little bit lower. I think it's like, I want to say 14 something to 17
So just
something.
a quick disclaimer, when we were launching Wealth Reimagined, we were anticipating the prices to go up and we really wanted to show you guys what the new
Yeah.
what that looked like for the compensation plan. So again, you might be looking at these numbers And look, like I would have paid, it wouldn't have even mattered. As long as I could have got approved, I would have gotten started. But the thing is, there's a window of time right now where you can actually get started significantly less than these numbers and get rolling in the business. So one thing about the try, did you mention about the money back? I'm not even sure.
Mm-mm. No, I didn't touch on that yet.
Do you want me to? Do you
Here?
want
No. Yeah, I can. So the other thing with starting with a package, so something like the trifecta, is when you start with a package, one of the business builder packages, you're actually earning a commission back on your package when you start. So you have money coming back that's actually going to help take care of your first few months payments. So you can essentially get into this business on a trifecta with, I think it's like 2 to 3 months in the business with no money out of pocket. With a quad, it's anywhere from 4 to 7 months in the business with no money out of pocket, depending which option of the quad you start with, because you're getting that commission back right away. Um, it also, I think we're going to touch on the 8 point thing here soon, but it also, you can see at the bottom, gets you to where you're earning 100% of the commission so much faster.
So just a recap here, on a trifecta, you get anywhere up to and around $640 cash back because you are purchasing two of the products off of yourself and moving you up through the comp plan. And then with the quad, you are purchasing three products off of yourself. So you get paid up to $1,230 because it moves you up. But we actually have a slide coming up for you here in a second that's really going to break down what that looks like even more. Okay, because we wanted to really just give you guys all the numbers. But with those numbers we just showed you is a lot of people don't fully understand this, but this is getting started with either a single product or one of the packages gives you rights to being a business owner. And when you become a business owner, you are opening up one of the most powerful money tools in the world, and that's tax shielding. Okay, so I don't want to dive into this a whole lot because I'm not an accountant. I can't give legal advice, but we do have a great accountant we've worked with for years and has been able to give great advice to our team. But um, when you get started in the business, that investment, so say you start with a trifecta and it's $12,000, that becomes 100% tax write-off. And what that means if you're currently working a job, and say you made $100,000 at your job, that means that that $12,000 goes against that 100,000 and now becomes $88,000. $88,000 trying to do math at the math without my calculator while talking. Now that becomes $88,000. Now you've been paying taxes all year round, every two weeks on your paycheck. And when you go to file at the end of the year, one of two things happen. You either get money back or you pay more. Well, when you can reduce what you owe on taxes or what you're liable for, you get a tax return. So Terry actually started in our business, and he actually started quite late in the year. He started, I think, September, and he about a month after getting started in the business, him and his wife had twins and life got busy. And he actually took some time off from building the business. But when tax time came around and he went to go file his taxes, he actually got double what his investment was back because he was making a lot of money. And what included with his basic tax write-offs, the money that he started to invest into ads and his initial investment allowed him to essentially double what his investment was and get $22,000 cash back. So again, not everybody's story is the same, but do know that this opens up a whole new world of being able to play the money game where you're not paying so much in taxes. And again, something that we mentioned before as well, when we run social media ads, every dollar that we put into ads is 100% tax write-off. So not only does it save us time from having to go and find these sales, it's an actual money that we can get back off of the money that we earn. So I'm sure Dallas probably wants to say something on this because she just loves
Well,
this.
I do love the tax side of it. I talk about this all the time because I feel like this is something a lot of people don't understand the power in. But let's just like look at it even when you get to the point in this business where you're no longer working a job, and you are earning those six-figure months and you're making a lot of money in this, you don't want to be working that hard and giving 30-40% of your income to the government. And so that's where leveraging those, like she said, the ad strategy, leveraging using your life as your marketing, all of a sudden turns things like your vacations, your, for us, a lot of golf games, dinners out, become tax write-offs because you're utilizing that in your marketing. So it's being very lucrative in how your marketing strategy is working. And somebody actually said to me once that we should mention this along the way, but this is a legitimate business, and the reason we're able to do this, you actually get a T4A if you're in Canada with this, and you get a 1099 in the States. So it is a 100% business that allows you to write those things off, and that in itself, I think the less money you can give the government, the better.
And no, you don't need to go and get like an LLC or a
No.
corporation to get started. When we first started the business, we applied it with our personal income so that we could offset what our personal income was. And should you not make sales like Terry did in his first year, you are allowed to claim losses. So again, I think we'll leave it at that. But I think for anyone who's like interested, it gets the wheels turning because it just opens up so many more possibilities. And the biggest expense in the world right now really, truly is taxes. So any way that we can help people even save just a little bit on that is massive. So let's just go back to looking at the zero down financing options. Okay. So this is the traditional pricing that is what the
Correct.
prices are right now. And this is with our specific packages. We don't have it varied through like with the different options for the packages, but on a ballpark, $16,720 on a quad in the United States, 17,900, and that's basing it off of two K8s and an ESPA and an UConn. Okay, so if we're looking at the numbers here, in the United States, you can finance a K8 and get started in the business for about $80 a month. A trifecta, you can get started for about $140 a month, and a quad $180 a month. Now, in Canada, what we have available for us for financing isn't quite as fun as the United States, but regardless, it still allows us to get started in the business and really start changing our lives. So with a K8, we can get started at $150 a month, approximately. And a trifecta, approximately $270 a month, and a quad, $385 a month. Okay, so let's just take a look at this because we have a lot going on right now, okay, inside our business. Like we mentioned, we anticipated the prices going up August 1st. And we got a notification August 1st, halfway through the day, that Enagic has decided to extend or postpone upping the prices until September 1st, which we're all like, that's amazing. That gives more people the option to actually get started. Because I know a lot of people were even messaging me like, I regret not getting started. And now here's your second chance, okay? So when we're looking at these numbers here, say starting with a quad, we want to give this example because there's actually an additional bonus that's going on this month as well for people. So if you're wanting to get started with a quad, you've been looking at this business or you're looking at this right now and you're like, I want to start with a quad. It 3x's me on the commissions right away. It's going to get me to where I want to be the fastest. Starting before September 1st, it actually you save about $1,700 because that's what it will go up approximately once the prices go up. Okay. So you're saving about $1,700 by starting now versus then, now versus later. You're going to get up to $1,200 cash back in commissions. That's off of purchasing some of the products off of yourself and moving you up through the comp plan. And then right now we do have a bonus with Enagic where you're gonna also, when you sell 3 products, you're basically selling 3 products off of yourself. You're gonna get about a $200 bonus cash back. So now that's about $1,400 in commissions back that you get. And it's going to cover anywhere from 3 to 7 months in the business. It really just depends, like if you're Canada, United States, but regardless, it gives you that time to really start building the foundational work around the ads, the business, and really get the ball rolling. But above and beyond that, and I hope this is the next slide because I can't see it. Is it the next
I'm
slide?
gonna peek. Which one? Uh,
Are we going into the next slide? I gotta build up
yeah.
like the anticipation. If you got, look, hey, I gotta look at the comments here. I actually haven't looked at the comments. I'm gonna leave
I
this here
haven't
for a
looked at all.
minute. I'm gonna look at the comments and then we're gonna start going into, we're gonna start getting into like the real numbers. Okay, so if you guys are still with us, please let us know. Um,
You're staying with our crazy.
I
So
know we
then,
got a
yeah,
little, okay. Oh, I'm seeing people that got tax returns. That's awesome. Perfect. Okay.
amazing.
Okay. I'm just gonna have a quick sip of water here. Okay, so this kind of just gives you guys an idea. And the thing is, like if you're planning on going all in on this business, it's not a matter of like if you're gonna win, it's a matter of when. Okay, if you're gonna come into this business and do nothing, like if you're coming in and you're like, I'll throw 20 grand at this business and expect to just get a return and not do the things, not go through the training, not be coachable, not run the ads, um, you can't expect the result. This business is truly for the people that are actually going to build the business, and you don't have to. You can build it at whatever speed you want, which is totally fine. It's the thing is like whatever your goals are, but we always want to make that really clear. Like, obviously, this isn't just you pour money at it. You need to actually do the things to get the reward.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to,
I'm gonna out of here so you know what slide's coming up next.
I don't know what slide's coming up next. Is it not
I
a,
do. I do. So, something that's very unique to the Global Freedom Movement that Andrea put together and that fast tracks you, especially when you start with a quad. This is where the quad is really unique in a way, is it might shock you to find out how few sales it takes to not just get your investment back, but to also just about double it. So we have an incredible training that I don't believe any other group has, and it's our 30K in 30 days cheat sheet. So this training specifically teaches you how to start building some massive momentum from day one, leveraging the strategy for the 30K in 30 days. So before you even start running ads, before you even start really getting into that, this gives you a head start step by step on the right things to do, what to share, how to get that urgency and that momentum in your business. Because the thing with the quad that so many people don't understand is if you start with a quad, it only takes 7 quad sales to earn your first $30,000. So I don't know. That just blows my mind when I think about it. 7 quad sales is less than we did in July for sure, but it is not as hard as most people think. Like if you were in a low ticket where you wanted to make $10,000, you've got to be selling what, 500,000 products. And in this business, we give you the strategy step by step on how to make $30,000 in just 7 sales. And I'm going to let Andrea get into that more, but
okay. Um,
you
always.
built the training.
So the way that we really structured the 30K in 30 days is to help people really start building momentum and making sales prior to even getting their ads dialed in. Because the amazing thing about this business is there's so many people that are looking for exactly this business. People that have looked for years for an online opportunity that was actually real and like sustainable and can create something that is lasting. Now, I guess there's not a lot that I can really share, I guess, about it. Other than the fact that right now you guys are sitting on a moment where we saw so much growth and momentum last month because we knew the prices were going up. And when there's like it's just human nature when we know like there's a sale going on and it's a limited time, people want to take action and they want to take it immediately. They don't want to miss out. And this is where we saw these crazy numbers of our team members making so much money because all of the people that have been reaching out through them for ads and we're kind of like sitting on the fence. They're like, I don't want to sit on the fence anymore. I want to get started. Well, here we are 5 days into the month. We have, I don't know, 25, 26 days left. You have a moment in time right now where you can actually start with massive momentum and urgency. When you leverage our 30K in 30 days cheat sheet, and you leverage the resources that we provide for you guys because like you don't need to know all of this stuff. You just need to know how to get people to the information so they can see what you saw. Okay. So you are sitting on a moment in time where you could literally do this. This is achievable for every single person that's watching this right now. You could be making 30K in the next 30 days because you're sitting on a window of time right now where there is a lot of urgency and there is so much movement right now. So I really just want to stress that because um, it's not like, and here's the thing too, people are like, oh, when prices go up, people aren't going to buy. That's not the case. We've had this happen one time before, and Magic's been around for 50 years, and this is the second price increase I've seen. And what happened when we had the last price increase is uh, the following months, our business actually grew even more because people were like saw the value when prices go up. Like, yes, there's inflation and stuff going on, but the thing is people are never going to stop seeing the value in this. When you're talking about the health benefits, when you're talking about being able to change your life and create freedom, not just on the financial aspect but on a time aspect, to be able to get access to training that'll teach you how to learn the most profitable skill set in the world, uh, these are all the things that like the price becomes irrelevant because the value in the solution is truly priceless. So just to give you guys an example, did we not just do this slide? Hang on.
No, just more visual on
Oh,
on
yeah, okay,
what
good.
that actually looks like and how it grows. So keeping in mind too that those 7 quad sales are also pointing you up in the structure closer to getting the all 8 points, because with a quad you only need 10 quad sales to where you're earning 100% of the commissions on your own, and at that all 8 point mark. So that's just lightning speed.
Absolutely. So we want to break it down a bit more for you. And we're the number, like, if you got, let us know if you're still sticking around. I see we got 40 people here, which is amazing.
Yeah,
So on a K8, we just want to give you guys, because we've mentioned the whole 8 point things a few times now. And the 8 points is where you're earning all of the commissions. You've now got to a position in the business where, um, you know, it's you get all of it. You get all the commissions. Okay,
you
so
cut the person out.
yeah, exactly. The person that helped you get in and helped you grow your business, now you're like that bird that gets to spread its wings and fly. I guess is the
You
best
get it all.
analogy. Not that you weren't spreading your wings and flying before that, because you've made a ton of money up until then. So when you get to when you start with a K8, so this is our single product. It only takes 43 K8 sales needed to earn all 8 points. So 43 sales is actually not a lot for such an in-demand product. So by the time you're earning all 8 points, like we mentioned before, that's $3,280 every single sale that you make. And then when you start with a trifecta, it actually only takes 14 trifectas to get to all 8 points. That's only 14 sales. And when you get to the point of earning all 8 points, you're earning anywhere between $5,000 and $6,000 in commission every single sale, which
Every
again,
trifecta sale,
every trifecta, what did I say? Quad sale? I don't even know.
just every sale.
Okay, yeah, every trifecta sale. Sorry. Yeah, just to clarify. And then when you start with a quad, it actually only takes 10 quad sales to get to all 8 points. You guys, 10 sales. And you're in a position then where you're earning $7,000 to $9,000 on every quad sale. That
That's
is
massive.
like, that's more money than I made at my job every month. And this is only
That's
one
what
sale, leveraging social media ads where people reach out to us. We direct them to a web class or we direct them directly into this Facebook group. They learn the information. If they love what they see, you make a sale and you get paid. And you can see how many people are actually joining this business because they're seeing the vision. And if you're seeing the vision right now, you can get in on this action as well. So, Dallas, this one's yours.
So with these next 2 slides here, this stands out to me so much because if your dreams don't scare you a little, if your dreams aren't that big, then they're probably way too small, and it's time to start thinking bigger. We've been emphasizing the importance of getting to all 8 points throughout this, and the quicker that you can get to where you're earning 100% of the commissions, the better for all of us. We want you to get there. Now, we're about to show you exactly why we keep talking about the 8 points, and honestly, whatever your dreams are, just Think bigger. Trust me.
Are you guys
Think
there? You're there? Let us
there.
know. We're about to go into some serious numbers. Dallas, I'll
Some
let you take,
serious numbers.
I'm gonna let you take the slide. But again, the thing is like, I think this is, before we even dive into it, it's like, when I started out with this business as well too, I like, it was hard to think like really big numbers because like I, growing up, like that wasn't how I was brought up. Like, but like this whole event's actually called Wealth Reimagined, and wealth, for the word wealth to me meant you had to be born into it. Like that's kind of how I was raised. Like my dad's a truck driver. I wasn't born into wealth, and kind of like the way I was raised was like you're going to live an average life. There's, you weren't born into a wealthy family, and you can't create it yourself. Not that my parents didn't believe in me, but that was just kind of like what it what it was. And I don't know if everyone else kind of felt the same way about it, but it was like I was raised to think that I had to trade my whole life for money because that's what people that were like me did. And the thing is like I don't love the internet. I don't love social media, but I love my family and I love being able to spend time with them. And like, I love that I haven't missed out on a moment with my kids. I've been able to homeschool them. I've been able to move to a place that makes me feel alive. And this is something that you can do as well because, again, I didn't know I could think bigger, but this business allowed me to.
So when we're saying think bigger, I mean, I want you all to look at these numbers for a moment and just think for a second in your current position, in your job right now. How many hours would you have to work, or how many years would you have to work to make $474,000 or even $155,000? I can tell you right now that Corey and I combined weren't making that kind of money in a year. It would have taken us many, many, many more years. And when I actually did the math on these and saw these numbers, this is life-changing income. This isn't small little commissions. We're talking when you get to all 8 points of commission, 50 sales of quads is $474,000, even if it took you 2 years to make 50 quad sales at that point. I don't know too many people that make that kind of money, almost $500,000. 5 single K8 sales in a month at all 8 points is more money than most people bring in 2 months at their job. And this is where, when we say this business can absolutely change your life and create freedom beyond belief, these are unbelievable numbers that are actual numbers. They're real. These are the kind of numbers that people are making all the time in this business. And they're doing it while they're, like Andrea said, spending time with their families, doing things that matter, not driving to a job, not miserable every single day. And we talk to so many people every single day that are trading their time away from their families, trading their time dropping their kids off at daycare, missing out on all the important moments to try and make a paycheck that barely covers the bills. And you can start something that improves people's lives in so many ways, but on the financial level, like, I'd love to hear in the chats what you would do with that kind of commissions. How that would change your life, what kind of an impact that would make for your family to get to a point where, 25 sales in a year is between 80 and $240,000. Just 25 sales. And when you really break that down, think about one single sale a month for 2 years, and that's the kind of income you're talking about. Even if it's just a side thing, like it's life changing. I know it has been for us.
It's been life changing for so many people. And the thing is, like, I know some people look at this business and it's like it's high ticket. They think it's a high investment, but like when you look at it like versus like a traditional business where you could spend years not making any money in return. Because that's the reality. If you're starting with hundreds of thousands of dollars in startup fees and all of that, it's hard to turn a profit in a traditional business. But with this kind of money that we're looking at here, like this is more than what like a doctor would make. Going to school for 10 years to get a PhD, to work every single day, to be on call 24/7. That's the kind of money that we can make by learning how to actually be intentional with building this business. Like if you're sitting here right now and you're like, I just need something to go all in on. I need something to go all in on and change my life. This is it. This is the thing that can change your life. This isn't something that takes 10 years to master. It's not overnight. It might take you a year. It might take you 2 years. But the thing is like if you don't do this business and you're like every single day dreading waking up, going to your job, dreading how you're going to pay your bills, and you're looking at this initial investment like I don't know how I can take on another debt or another payment. This is your ticket. If you're ready to go all in on something, this is the thing that can change your life. This is it.
Yeah, turning that initial investment into that tax write-off that gives you an ability to start a business that, like Andrea said, as long as you're coachable, you're driven, you're following the training, you can't lose. We didn't have fast success overnight. We had our first sale within a few weeks. We had a couple more within a few months, but it took pouring everything into this because the more that we looked at the numbers, I knew there was never a thought in my head we were going back to a traditional job. That like this is I'm staring at these numbers even right now, knowing that we've hit some of these, and it still blows my mind that it's possible. Like, this is the
So,
time. Like,
but we're not done yet because
no.
because here's where it gets not only life-changing for you, because this is the thing is like starting this business, we make it a lot about us. How can it change our lives? How can I afford to get started? Can I do this? Here's the thing is like you're not just doing it for you. And Magic actually has a career path that can be passed down 2 generations. And as you grow this business, no matter how fast or how slow you grow it, and you start hitting these ranks, when you hit your first rank here, again, this is 25 quad sales, okay? That's not impossible to get to these ranks, but when you get to this rank right here, this gives you $5,000 monthly for life, passed down 2 generations. And Nagic has been around for 51 years. They have a 100-year business plan that they put out. They're not going anywhere. They've just launched so much new stuff that we haven't even touched on yet over the past year and a bit that is just so incredible. This is a privately owned company, so there's not like investors, there's not shareholders, there's not people that can kind of tamper with the way that this business is built. This is a Japanese family owned business that holds such high integrity for their distributors and pays them back. So again, like we have 2 young kids. Like when we looked at this business, it was like we knew like that we could change their lives. I wasn't in it to like make a bunch of money all at once. Like I really wanted to be thoughtful about building this business and partner with the right people and know what I was doing. Um, and my kids are 6 and 7 years old, and they already have their own positions that are both 6A. One of them's about to go 6A too. And by the time they're 18, they will definitely be here where they have their own positions, not to mention the positions that their mom and dads have that'll be up here and like that we can pass down to them and they can pass down to their kids. Cause like life isn't getting cheaper. We all like I can't wait for things to go back to normal. There's no, we've never seen ever in the history of ever prices go down. Prices always just go up. Times, like, if we look at history, like, this is a new way of actually creating wealth for your family. And this was something like, when I look at it, it's like, my kids don't have to follow into that same path that, like, I was brought up in, where it's because I wasn't born into wealth that I couldn't have wealth and my kids couldn't have wealth. Like it can start with you where you change that, where your kids can learn a different way. Like my kids have been through all of this business with us. And some people are like, I don't want my kids to have things easy and handed to them. My kids have been here for all of it. My daughter knows more about water ionizers than most people. She has sold her own. Like she's a little boss lady and she's going to run her own empire. And it might not be this business, but it will definitely fund whatever she wants to do in her life. And I'll never have to say no to her and she'll never have to say no to herself because she's got a big heart with big goals and loves helping others. And I know this business is going to allow her to do all the things and not make her eventually make herself small because she can't do those things. Yeah.
I think that's amazing. No, that's amazing. I don't know if that hit somewhere for everyone. I hope you're commenting below. Um, for Corey and I, when we saw this was kind of that final nudge that we needed to know that this business was it and we were going all in. We are in our 40s, and I'm not ashamed to say it because I talked to so many people in the same boat, but we weren't in a position where we had a retirement planned. We were so far behind in retirement. And I looked at Corey and I was like, I don't care if it takes me 10 years to hit that rank. That is going to change our lives to be in a position where you are earning that kind of income every single month for the rest of your life to help take care of those expenses, and knowing that our grandson will never have to struggle in life because no matter what happens, that's going to pass down. Like I think, like we've said a few times, is people come into this and they want overnight success or quick success. And the reality is this business is designed to be built, to be grown, to be a long-term growth with the ability to pass it down generations. And it's, yeah, it's just life-changing. Like I can't stop saying that. It really is.
So
Me.
here's the reality, and we are going to be wrapping it up here. I think we dropped enough value. Um, for the people that see it, they know what to do next. But for the people that are still trying to weigh out the options, this is really comes down to you can make someone else rich. Many people put hundreds of dollars into retirement plans a month that are locked away for decades, allowing banks to leverage that money to lend it out and earn massive interest and give you minimal returns that barely cover inflation. Or Dallas.
You can set your family up for life. So you can invest into a business that offers high predictable returns. And instead of locking away your money for retirement, you're actually putting your money to work for you now so that you no longer have to work for money. You can set yourself up for life you get to enjoy now. And then best of all, Enagic's patented compensation plan is generational. So we already talked about that. It's not just for you, it passes down, meaning you pass it down to your business, and all of the passive income streams that you've created go to your children and your grandchildren. Like that's not something any RSP or government funded savings is ever going to do for you.
So is that our last slide?
It is.
Before we wrap it up. Okay. Sorry, I
This is
can't
where
see, see what slides next, but I think we're at the end here. So if you're here tonight and you are looking at this and you're you know that this can change your life, there's a move that you can make, right? There's a move. You can decide to get started. You can decide to do nothing too. You can decide that staying where you are is more comfortable, that um, this is too good for you, but you know it's not. If you're looking at this and you can see that this can change your life, the only way that you can change your life is to allow yourself to do it. All the decisions you've made up until today have gotten you exactly where you are today. Maybe you're working a job right now that you don't love, and you're every day you're like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. There's got to be a better way. Well, you're here today and you found the better way. If you're like Dallas and Corey that didn't have a retirement plan, or have like an income stream coming in for a retirement, and maybe you're in retirement and you're like, I'm bored. I want to do stuff. I want to feel alive. I want to connect with people. I want to have an extra income coming in so I can do more stuff. this is it. You got lots of time to do lots of things with this business. So, wherever you're at, if you see the value in this, don't sit on it. Again, the prices are going up September 1st. Dallas and myself are actually opening up our schedules for calls over the course of the next 48 hours to help people get started, to get their financing started and approved and all of that stuff, and get you rolling, get you inside of our training, get you moving. If you are wanting to do this business, do not wait till the end of the month because you could actually build so much in the course of the next 25 days with this business that you would be crazy to wait until the very end and miss out on this momentum. So if you know you want to get going, get going. Reach out to the person who brought you here. Um, have them get connected with us or connect with them so they can help you get started. We are here to help you guys be able to change your life, your family's life, and every single person that your ad goes out to that starts this business, their lives as well. So, Dallas, I'll let you wrap it up.
I feel like you said everything right there. I'm just gonna say the same thing, really. Like, there's still 25 days left in this month to take advantage of the current prices and be ahead of the game when the commissions increase. Um, Now's the time. Like, I mean, if you wait and keep watching, you'll one day look back and say, I wish I had started sooner. So instead of saying that, I just encourage you, set a goal for what your life can look like in 12 months and just go after it, because I can tell you over the last 10 months my life has drastically changed, and my only regret, and I say it over and over, is that I didn't start this sooner. So don't have that regret.
Amazing. You guys have an incredible night, and we look forward to hearing from the people that are ready to make some big moves, some big changes. And we're here to do it with you every step of the way. So you guys enjoy your night. Again, apologies that we were a little bit late, but I think we made
Thank
up
you
for
for
it
your
in value.
patience.